Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a best of 5. The most recent ESL Open Cup that was played yesterday between Clem here in the bottom right, spawning as our blue Terran, playing for Team Liquid, and in the top right as our red Protoss player, playing for Storm Gaming. It is a Maximus Paximus. We see with a cheeky little chrono boost over here. Very curious how this series is going to pan out. So you have the refinery coming down for Clem. It's just going to be a standard barracks into gas. And knowing Clem, and I'm going to be real with you guys, I know him fairly well. I've been playing a lot with him, both in tournament form as well as just in practice. He absolutely adores his early game Reaper. He's a big fan of that Reaper, the 1 gas expansions. That is his standard move. MaxPax on the other hand, of course, known for Twilight plays. Wondering if that's exactly what he's going to be doing this time around as well. As we have a probe scout that is scouting for a lot more than just, the CC timing of his opponent. He also wants to make sure that there are no types of proxies here on the far left side. He went behind his his natural mineral line as well. Make sure there's no nothing there, no bunkers, no barracks, no other crap. As he starts with a Nexus on the low ground. And the cybernetics core as well being added in. We have the CC going down at pretty standard timing. Clem is very good at that. Making sure that probe doesn't get any major blocking in. As the Reaper is about to pop out, we see the depot come down here as well. Second gas. I actually haven't watched MaxPax play PvT in quite a while. I've been watching him play a lot of other matchups. But PvT, no, I haven't quite seen him do that in a couple of weeks at least. And he is someone that will quickly switch between styles. If he feels like it isn't working for him anymore, he'll swap out and we'll play something else altogether. And I'm actually kind of curious what it is that he is currently doing. So we have a factory coming out here for Clem. Bunker as well, of course, defensive bunker. Is that a single marine or a double marine? It's always important to note those things. It's going to be a single marine here for Clem. As this Reaper's going to make its way across the map. It's going to take the long way around. Kind of pretending like it's not a Reaper. See that? It's waiting very long. That could actually trick his opponent here. That actually could trick his opponent. This depth is going to shade him forward. Sees the bunker, sees the reactor finish now. And that is a telltale sign that it is going to be a Reaper. Second adept stayed at home. There's actually a Stalker coming out behind this as well. So there's a second gas. Let's take a look what's going to happen here with that blink. Should start soonish. As one worker will fall here. If Clem decides to commit. He's going to decide to commit. Got most of the info that he needed anyway, though. So it's not going to be the end of the world, right? Got the Twilight Council Scout. Saw that there was a third unit on the way. Then trading in your Reaper at that point. It's not that bad. The only thing you kind of still want to use the Reaper plus Hellion for... there are two things. One is to make sure that this is going to be an expansion build rather than a 3 or 4 gate blink. And 2, to perhaps divert the Protoss player when you're flying in with your with a mine drop. Right? You can send the Reaper in towards the main, the Hellion into the natural, and then send the mine drop wherever you want it to go. That's not going to be possible because the only thing available right now as a realistic threat is going to be this car. So car is going to spot where the units are located, and then you move into a different direction with the medevac majority of the time. Double depths here on the other side of the map as well. Gonna stay around. I like the way that MaxPax is playing that, as we're gonna see a 6 marine plus mine pickup. A couple of scary seconds here as a result for MaxPax. Or sorry, a couple of scary seconds for Clem. If this adept ends up finishing, that is, of course. Yeah, just gonna get a cheeky little boost across the map. Ooh, actually finished his adept shade in towards the main base because the full scout. Second adept is gonna join in as well. He's gonna cancel as he sees all the marines in the tank. Popping his head in there saying, nah, not for me. It's gonna be 3-gate blink here for Max. It's gonna most likely keep a couple of stalkers at home. As Clem is trying to fly in here. I mean, this seems risky. If he actually decides to fly in, MaxPax hyper aware of what could be coming for him. Throws down a Nexus as well. Is keeping these 3 stalkers at home. Cutting worker count at least for a little bit. As we have 42 probes against 39 SCVs. So what are we going to do right now? We're going to load these bad boys up into a prism. And that's going to be all the pressure that we're putting on. Clem in the main base with a tank should not be taking that much damage. Triple pylons on the way as well. Here comes the drop towards the main. Mine is gonna drop and it's gonna burrow. 3 more stalkers getting warped in. That is -1 stalker. Total amount of stalkers still 5. These medevac's gonna get taken out. This is a very solid defense here coming out of MaxPax. It's not the greatest amount of workers. Only 44 actually. Has lost 2, has killed 2 as well. Didn't deal so much damage. Now the question is going to be, how will you follow this up? It's gonna get 3 more stalkers. Really just doesn't have all that much here. He's planning on taking out this Raven. Clem's gonna lose that Raven most likely. Let's see how quick he's gonna respond. I think the answer there is... oh, quick enough actually. Didn't quite expect that. Tanks are in position as well. Charge now starts, as well as the Force. Stim in combat relatively late. That is standard because 3 tanks have been produced. Raven's just gonna idle in this space for a little bit in vision of the Stalker. And they're both seeing one another. Stalker count is very high here, by the way. It's gonna need to deal some serious damage in order for that to be worth it. It's gonna aim at the Stim upgrade, the Stim research. Can I get a blink in with 4 stalkers? Get the lift off as well. Observer does go down though. Nothing Max could do about that. 4 more gates on the way as well. The +1 has now started. You don't have a forward gas quite yet. This Raven's gonna try to move towards safety. Don't think it's ever gonna get there. 2 more shots on that Raven and it's gonzo. Stalker's not gonna get it. For now. Single Adept on the bottom side is going to spot any potential drops as it's 104 supply against 115. Robotics facility is producing an Immortal. Robotics Bay gets constructed behind all of this, as well as a forward gas that we see go down over here on the 3rd base. Blink Stalker control has been okay-ish. There's not a whole lot of damage has been dealt. 2 Stalkers will fall here. But Raven's still alive. Is it the 2nd or the first mine that ends up going down there? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, 3 mines. Ah, right. 2 mines. No, 1 mine in the main. So 2 mines must have gone down already here. Sentry count not very high. Zealot count not very high either. This actually feels kind of scary here. As Clem is going to be pushing in. 3 auto turrets, perhaps thrown down a little bit too quick. Here comes the siege up, but the Marauder Marine count is fairly low. Lots of reinforcements now coming in. Where's that prism when you need it? It has died. I'm not sure where, how, or when. But it is a goner. Clem's gonna get flanked here by these Zealots. It's gonna start moving back as the mines connect with Stalkers rather than with these melee units in the Zealots. 2 Immortals still alive as well. 115 supply to 95. 1 Immortal gets targeted down. Clem right now already mining from a 3rd base. Up in workers, or almost up in workers. Definitely going to be up in income once the mules start landing. And once he gets that 3rd orbital command. Better upgrades. And I think this is a good position here for the French Terran player. He's going to end up dropping towards his opponent's main. Has 4 gases for MaxPax. Starting his +1 armor. These drops are going to almost get caught by these Blink Stalkers. MaxPax is poking out towards the middle of the map. Taking his forward towards the 12 o'clock. Gonna lose 1 Stalker, perhaps a 2nd. No. Clem's going to need to move back for a little bit. Get these forces back up to health. And then we're going to see what will happen from there on out. What do we have in the main base? Couple of gates. Yeah. Infrastructure-wise, not that great for Max. This forward base is going to get cancelled. And right now there's going to be 2 minor power spikes here in the near future. Actually, there's just going to be 1 minor power spike. There's going to be a minor power spike here for MaxPax once Thermal Lens finishes. And he's going to get 2-3 Colossus. And then Clem is going to hit a major power spike the moment the Ghost Academy finishes. And we're going to see some Ghost. And I think that's going to be a very serious issue here for MaxPax. And it's an issue I don't actually see him having an answer to. Because the Viking count is already growing. Look at that. We have 2 Vikings. It's going to be 4. So you're pretty much matching Colossus count with the Vikings here. You want about 2.5 Vikings per Colossus. That's going to be the case, at least for the near future. As, yeah, we're going to be going up to probably 6 to 8 Vikings pretty quick. GG just gets caught. I think we had a little bit of a mine drop. Yeah, dealt some damage. MaxPax realizes he's dead. And he taps out. Clem takes game number 1. Alrighty, second map here is going to be on Equilibrium. And the fact that we're seeing equilibrium altogether has to do with the vetoing pattern that is being used for the ESL tournaments. And I think for all ESL Pro Tour tournaments as well. So basically what it is that you both veto a map initially and then you pick a map. So single veto and then single pick. And then both players veto 2 more maps, I'm pretty sure. Or sorry, then both players veto just 1 map. It's a best of 5, of course. So you only get to veto 1 map before your opponent gets to pick. So Clem probably vetoes Roodhuset Station. And MaxPax, I don't know what he vetoes. But something. Maybe Heartlet. It's a possibility. And then they'll start playing from there on out. We're going to get a double gas opener here for Clement. Gonna have to wait and see what Max is gonna do. Double gas openers are tricky. And I feel like in the past I've been tricked. And I think many tossers have been tricked into believing that the only realistic way to deal with this is by playing Stargate. And for a long time I think Stargate really was the standard response to this. And then toss players were like, you know what, we want to play Blink against this. And we started playing a lot of Blink against it. And yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what we're going to see here as well. So we have a Twilight Council coming out here for MaxPax. I wonder if he's going to get a Stalker behind this. Actually, he kind of changed up his build. Yeah, like these are small things, but they're interesting to me. But for a very long time, he was a massive double gateway builder. He built 2 gateway units and that was it. Then he was going to wait for Warp Gate. But now in the last game, we already saw him get a, what you call it? We saw him get a 3rd unit. Pretty much unprovoked. He was against the Reaper build. I like it though. It's very safe. He's going to skip the battery, which is kind of wild to me. I think in a way that's almost greedy. No, actually, that's not just almost greedy. I think that is just greedy. Has he spotted the fact this was a reactor follow-up? No, he has no clue. I think it's a little bit greedy, but I could be wrong about that. No Reaper wall, no battery on the low ground. Well, it's gonna lose his Adept to a mine. At least gets the information that most likely there's going to be a mine drop. This for a while was Maru's favorite build. The 6 Marine mine drop. Ooh, it's not gonna drop the Marines. Just goes with... Oh, it's 2 mines actually. I didn't quite realize that. Just gonna have a really fast double mine drop. Blink is not gonna be done quite yet. What's the follow-up going to be here, Max? He's gonna go for a fast Nexus on the 3rd. Small worker cut as well in there. It's gonna shade in with this Adept. Wants to get some info. See what's kicking off in the middle of the map. And I'm loving this follow-up here for Clem with... never mind. I don't like it as much anymore. I see the Raven now. I thought it was just going to be a tank into another medevac or a tank into a Liberator. Some Marine tank push behind it. I think it's really powerful against 2 gate openers. I really believe that. This medevac most likely is just going to be idling in dead space. Once his 3rd base finishes up, gold mining is going to be big. That's why I would have loved to see a push here coming out of Clem. Clem's not aware of the fact that there is a 3rd base. Yeah. MaxPax actually is playing this so well. This is so cool. So he's denied the scout on the 3rd base here. MaxPax, of course, is known for being a 3-gate blink enjoyer or a 4-gate blink enjoyer, someone that likes being aggressive. And as a result here, we're going to see very delayed stim, very delayed combat shield. Not a 3rd tank, though. Clem's not going to build a 3rd tank. That's a big deal. Oh, no. He is going to build a 3rd tank. So he's completely buying into the myth that this is actually a serious push-out, while this isn't. This is, I mean, this is 4 Stalkers, that's it. There's no Prism here. There's no potential to deal damage. We have to split. Raven is even staying at home. Clem is taking this very serious. And he is taking this very serious for one simple reason. That's the fact that he doesn't know what's kicking off over here. He hasn't seen the 3rd base. And this is almost just a default win for MaxPax. This is a complete misread here coming out of our French Terran. A complete misread. Tanks are going to be defending it. I think at this point Clem has figured it out, but he's going to start combat shield 5 minutes and 50 seconds in. That is not a great timing for combat shield. I'd love to see a quick repair here on this Raven and let it be sent across the map to deal some damage with some auto turret harass. At least you can do something back. Look at that income. 2,800 minerals against 2,300. Once that rich Vespine geyser starts mining, that's going to start kicking off as well. We have a prism, 4 more gateways, as well as the robotics bay here. About halfway done. Like, there's going to be a Colossus finished 25 to 30% by the time this hits. There's going to be 8-gate pumping Zealot Stalker. MaxPax is going to have a significant supply lead by the time that Clem moves out. A significant supply lead, and that's exactly what you don't want. Because Clem just went for his anti-3-gate defense. I mean, that's what we saw last game. We saw that 3-gate blink. MaxPax here switching it up. 2-gate blink instead. Starts by warping in 4 Zealots, has a couple of Stalkers out on the map. And the moment this moves out, this moves in. That's how it's going to go. That Prism is going to fly in. Observer doesn't quite get sniped. Almost feels like MaxPax is baiting that Raven to come out too far. Yeah, I mean, I actually thought that this Colossus was going to be done even later, comparatively to when Clem was going to hit. Clem is waiting for Stim and Combat Shield before he moves out. It's going to siege up one more time. First Colossus is going to be out by the time this hits. There's no Interference Matrix research. This is one of the things that needs to be researched now, ever since the patch. That means that Ravens can just fly across the map and start hitting Colossus with that crap. 3 Zealots are going to come in here. Do we already have an upgrade? We already have +1 as well. This is so freaking bad. Raven's going to get sniped. Yep, goes down. 1 Stalker goes down, but that's a very good trade. As these Zealots are going to get picked up, that means reinforcements can't just straight be rallied across the map. Hell, we only have a single medevac here. And this is just going to be... this is going to be an absolute disaster here for the French Terran. Ay. This is going to be a serious disaster. There's just nothing here. MaxPax already taking a forward base. Clem now scans this. I wonder if he clicks the mineral patches to see how much has been mined. If he does, he's not going to be happy. This army is toast. It's gone. It's adios, Clem. Good lord, what a one-sided game as well. Single GG as Clem leaves this game and MaxPax ties up this series. So far, 2 pretty technical games. That's the correct term to use when games are one-sided stomps after build orders don't quite pan out the way you want them to. Very sophisticated gameplay so far out of both of these players. MaxPax this time opening up with a little bit of a gateway wall here up top. So we're on Oceanborn. And whenever you talk with Terran players about Oceanborn, I feel like they know that this is a good Terran map, but they pretend like it isn't. This is one of these maps where if you look at it, it doesn't necessarily scream, this is a good map for Terran. But I've been thinking about it. I think that this might even be one of the best maps for Terran. I don't really have any proof for this, statistics or well, anything like that. It just feels bad for TOS. Like if I look at the map, I think to myself, oh my god. See, this is what I mean. This is the type of stuff that only happens on Oceanborn. When's the last time you saw MaxPax lose a worker? Never. Not like this. Oceanborn Classic. No, but if you look at the map, like this forward base is so freaking far away from anything. Like, this area is hard to defend, and there's spots for Vikings. Like this. What is this? Is this like your 6th base or your 5th or your 4th? No, it's neither. Like this base is so hard to hold. There's like a ramp going up to it, and the aggressive concave is better than the defensive one. Like there's just so many of these things where you look at this map and you think to yourself, this sucks. And it's just this entire map against Terran. But yet when you talk to TOS players, they don't really consider it a massive Terran map. Is I think because as a race, we're being gaslit into believing this is good for us. Which is just not true. This map sucks. And if MaxPax wins it, that is just Clem giving him the win to keep the facade up. To keep the fate going. That's what I think. But all of these are controversial opinions, of course. Factory is going to fly over towards this reactor. Ooh, that doesn't get to block it. SCV is going to pop in. That SCV is going to pop out. Orbital start. SCV is going to try to stay alive. Might be capable of doing just that. Nope, is the answer. SCV is going to die. The Reaper in the bunker is going to try to do something here. Oh, can we pop it in? Yes, we can. Battery is going to help out. Once again, it's a blink build order, as double cyclones will pop out pretty soon. I wonder what his follow-up is going to be. Is he just going to get I actually have no clue what this follow-up is gonna be. Pop in, pop out. Oh, there we go. Select the wrong building, my bad. This bunker's gonna die. You actually should get out of here and sell it. Ooh, it's gonna be close. What's gonna get sold, salvaged. 75% gets returned to the Terran owner, which really makes no sense if you think about it. This is once again just the game mechanics being Terran favored. How does it make sense that this bunker has 50 HP remaining as it gets salvaged, and yet you get 75% of the resources back? This is like burning down your own house and then pretending like it's still a full house. You know, it doesn't make any sense. This is insurance fraud. And this is one of these things that doesn't get addressed by the mainstream StarCraft media. When's the last time you've seen this on Reddit StarCraft? That Terrans on a massive scale are committing insurance fraud. I don't remember reading that on TL.net. Utermo's been awfully quiet about that. And so has Loco. Just find that interesting. Terran apologists, all of them. It's going to be a 3-gate prism, similar to game number 1. This time, however, the start is significantly better. We might actually get some serious commitment out of here as well from El Maximus. Still have this double mine drop though coming in. What do we have? Resources lost? Yeah, 4 units to 5. Resources a little bit favored for Max. This is frustrating because there's no units in position. This needs to be unburrowed. And he's actually going to shoot it. 2 worker kills. Not the biggest thing. Gonna see a couple of burrows on burrows. This mine is gonna run out at least for now. This adept shaded in. There's a tank set up on the main base. Where's that dark shrine? Wait, where's that? Hello? Oh, it's over here. Did that get spotted by anything? No, right? No, it didn't. Stalker's gonna move in towards the main. We'll get spotted by this depot. Great job, depot. Now time to die. Fulfilled your task. Yeah, I pity those guys. I really do. Stim on the way, as I think if you see this level of commitment, you probably want to add in a 3rd tank at this point. It wouldn't disgust me. It would give me an okay feeling in the stomach. Look at this, by the way, 42 workers to 46. Oh, well, it's not going to get a 3rd tank. This feels like it carries a bit of risk, doesn't it? This move. Oh. Tank's gonna get a couple of shots off. No, just 1 shot for now. As 2 more workers go down. Clem up in workers. I mean, Max needs to do something here. And he needs to do something quickly. The Dark Shrine has finished right now. That's a big deal. So that might allow... Well, there's still a Raven, though. It's gonna go in, snipe the tank, and then shoot the Raven. That's the plan. Snipe, shoot the tank, snipe the Raven. This is why I thought a 3rd tank would be nice, by the way. This type of move. Hop! There goes the Raven. Now we have potential for a DT warp in. We get a recall on a bunch of Stalkers. This game is over. Absolutely over in favor of Clem. The only thing that can save MaxPax here... Oh, no. What is this? Did he just drop a mule? He just dropped a mule. Oh, no. This game was legit over. See, they're gonna use this game in their Oceanborn propaganda. This is the type of game that Protoss wins on Oceanborn. Stim's gonna get sniped 3 seconds before it finishes. No stims available. Look at this. Oh my god, Clem is tilted right now. Oh, he's tilting off the face of the earth. He is tilting off the face of the earth. He's gonna have to leapfrog forward with turrets right now. That's what he'll need to do. Combat shield is gonna finish up. That is nice. I'm happy for him. But he doesn't have stim. I mean, that thing is gonna get knocked down. His DT is gonna fall, but 15 workers, stim denied. That means he can't push out. There's no 3rd CC. This game was so freaking good for Clem. It was legitimately over. Like, the game had just ended. Like, completely. Double medevac popping out here. The funny thing is if these units had stim, this would actually be scary as well, because there's nothing at home to defend. But they don't have stim, so this sucks. The difference between Marines and Marauders, with or without stim, is crazy. It's like one of these before and after pictures of a guy working out for 4 weeks on this new workout program that you only need to pay $99 a month for to also follow. That is the difference here that we're gonna see. No, one guy has a belly and it's like 150 kilo. And the next dude has a six-pack already. And that within 3 weeks. And it's the same with this with the Marauders, with and without Stim. He's going to take out 2 pylons. If they had Stim, the Nexus would have gone down already. Max would have already left this game. 9 worker kills, though, is still pretty decent. But it's just not enough. He took so much damage. The indirect damage was the biggest. Like the mining time lost, just the fact that you can't push out, and thus MaxPax can play super greedy. Like he just went straight up to 64 workers. And now he's taking some damage, but he's mined a lot already. Like, the fact that MaxPax is still down in supply at this point is crazy. You know what's the correct call here for Clem? Is to pull workers. Like, I know he won't do it because he's not an SCV pooler. He's going to try to take a third base. He's going to build it here defensively. But he should pull the boys. Like, it's actually the correct call. It's just objectively the right thing to do. There's no splash. You have one chance, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. I mean, you're going to lose these SCVs at home against Zealots now anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered very much. Here we go. Stalkers are moving in forward. Are going to snipe a couple of units. Get some decent force fields. Good pickup here coming out of Clem, actually. He was on 84 army supply against 65. Super battery is going to run out. There's not that much energy there anyway. You get a flank. Colossus is about to pop, though. That's going to be painful. It's not going to finish up that super battery. That still puts in a little bit of work. Tank's going to get shot down by the mines. The Zealots come in from the semi-side. And this is going to get cleaned up. 2 Immortals, a Colossus, and Stalkers are out. 70 army supply to 59. Clem perhaps could attempt a mass drop in towards the main base. There's no vision here at all for Max. But he realizes and it's just going to... Yeah, it's going to get 5 Stalkers there. Correct call. If this was 4 medevacs, that could be bad. But with 2 medevacs... Not going to be capable of doing anything. MaxPax spotted it. He's keeping good vision on the map by sending in units forward the entire time, making sure that he knows what's kicking off. He's going to spot these 2 medevacs to try to go in towards the natural. A couple of Stalkers plus cannon were ready already. So it wouldn't have been the end of the world. Is there a super battery available? Yes, there is. It's going to move back. This still's a pretty scary fight, but not quite scary enough. As MaxPax at 130 supply right now. He's moving all the Stalkers downstairs. Clem on 2 bases. Should have pulled the boys, because this was a 2-base all-in anyway. Should have pulled them pre-Colossus, my friend. GG gets called. MaxPax going to win game number 3 here on Oceanborn. See, this is the type of stuff also. This is why I don't use statistics when it comes to maps, or just in general in StarCraft. Because I feel like that last game, it will go into the books as a win for Protoss on Oceanborn. But that game... That had nothing to do with the map, you know? If Clem hadn't muled, or he had built a 3rd tank, or he kept the Raven alive, or even if he had pulled the SCVs, that would have been a win, and it would have been flipped. How does that make any sense? Like, that was a win for Terran, and it's gonna be recorded as a win for TOS. Like, that is the type of stuff. And then Terrans, you know what they'll do? They'll do this sneaky thing. They'll just Google games. They'll put this in their massive document of their propaganda document, their Terran propaganda document, and they have these types of games in it. No one's gonna watch these games, but I will remember it now. Next time they'll refer to it's like, hey, do you have any games in which Protoss won on Oceanborn? Is what I'll ask, and they'll send me this game. They'll send me the MaxPax versus Clem, game 3 from the ESL Open Cup 212. And I'll send them a picture of my middle finger back. And I blocked them. And I sent a threatening letter with cutout letters from a magazine that I have. Because this is the type of stuff I don't appreciate. These people are not your friends, they're your enemies. Ooh, what is this? This is Zealot. I have very strong opinions on this. I will keep them to myself until I see it fail. What the hell is that flag playing? Was this gas first? It's one of those builds, huh? It's gonna get 2 cars out. A depot as well. He's considering building a command center a bit. Yeah, you rather than I, buddy. Look at these guys. Look at these heroes. That is giving your life for the job, all right? Oh! Loses 1. Okay, he's the second one alive. But that goes down, though. Lost quite a bit of money here though, Clem. This is delayed. Orbital's delayed. SCV production delayed. That cost him, he only lost 1 SCV there, but indirectly, he lost about 3 or 4. Yeah, that is pretty expensive. And he's actually going to lose a second one. Nice move by Max. Full wall as well behind all of this. Reaper wall coming in handy, that's for sure. Is this a full wall? It doesn't look like a full wall to me. Am I crazy? Do I not know how to wall? If this is a Reaper... There's no way this is a Reaper wall. I know there's stuff happening here, but it's not gonna... Oh, actually, this does matter. How is this a Reaper wall? That's not blocking anything. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Yes, we're gonna have a couple of workers go down here. 2 workers to be exact. Still on it. He's just chilling here. What the hell? There's no marine production, or hardly any. There's still an SCV in this bunker, so this guy's scared for his life. Is he still around? Yep. He's like, alright. He's just staying in forever. He saw what happened with his mate. He's not going out there. No! Come on, Clem. Oh, no. Dude, MaxPax is so fast, it's insane. And the funny thing is, he's not that fast APM-wise. He's just really quick at looking at everything. Like, he's super efficient. GG? What? Nah, there was no units at home. Nah, yeah. I mean, I don't think so. Right? This is gonna boost in. He'll need to warp in 3 Stalkers at home, or if he doesn't, if it's not available, then he's gonna take a lot of damage. Because he can just unburrow these mines at least once per base. He's gonna kill probably 3 workers. He'll be even in workers. He already has a second barracks. Doesn't have a lot of marines, that is an issue. Tank will be out. I mean, it's not a great position unit-wise, but eco-wise it's very powerful. If the tank is in the correct location at the first blink-in, I think he's fine. Yeah, that dealt a bit of damage. I was probably going to kill these marines as well. Okay, maybe it's a good leave. I don't know. This feels like it's a bit early. Right? There's also still 2 mines down here. Could walk one over here. I think at least. I guess he saw the prism and realized he was gonna die most likely, but the stalker count was very low. Because it was just an active game. Alright. Now, interesting series nonetheless. MaxPax wins it with 3-1. It's always nice to see a Protoss player win. We also don't count this as a win for Hecate, by the way. So technically this series was 1-1 when it comes to the statistics. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see all of you next time for a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and bye-bye.